Hi, my name is Martin Hulse. So I first came into these buildings about 3 years ago. They were absolutely disgusting. There was rubbish everywhere. They've been used as a squat for about a decade. Guys have been living in here doing all sorts of things. There was plastic wire on the floor where they've been stealing all the copper. Floorboards are ripped up, holes in the wall. It just absolutely stank. And so it's quite surprised to be in here today and inviting people in for coffee. It's quite a momentous jump in fortunes in the building. We've got such a huge journey to go. This is just like the tip of the iceberg of what needs to be done. We need to spend quite a lot of money on the buildings next door and start to kind of occupy the space and take it back. And hopefully working with Pop Recs to bring them in, bring life, creativity. We've had a lot of support from Sunderland Council. We've had a lot of support from a trust called the Architectural Heritage Fund and Historic England. My job is to find new uses for really old knackered buildings that haven't been used for a decade. And yeah, they may be kind of look a bit rough and need a bit of care and attention. But these are all good old solid buildings. They were built to last. The timbers are huge and really strong. The walls are thick and built of stone and brick. And it just gives me a joy to kind of bring life back into the space and to know that people can use this again. These buildings were down for demolition. The developer wanted to build some student flats here. But fortunately the council stopped those plans and helped us get ownership of the building. And once we've got ownership, we then start to first do some initial kind of emergency works, make the building safe, and then start to bring the life and the joy back into the buildings. And so that's what it feels like we're doing. We've been working with Sunderland College. We've had their apprentices in, their joiners and their electricians, trying to patch the building back together. And they've had a wonderful time. I'm looking through the building, taking it partly apart and then starting to put it back together again. I'm going to do another session with them under a project called Living Classroom. So they're learning all the time when they're in the building.
Hi, my name's Dave Harper and I'm laughably the guy who runs a company called Pop Recs Limited. We established ourselves in 2013 as part of the band Frankie and the Heartstrings, and it's a bit of a reboot. A lot of shops, particularly cultural music shops, closing down on the High Street. We opened one for 2 weeks, and that was 5, 6 years ago, I think, so we're still here. We came to know Martin Hulse from the Hideaway Building Preservation Trust about 3 years ago, when he was looking for something new to put in one of his projects, and having asked a lot of people in the East End of Sunderland, we were very flattered to find out that they mentioned us. And our thinking behind Pop Recs is that we can circumnavigate a lot of the bureaucracy which prevents creative people in Sunderland getting to the point where they've got a product and doing something. We could be the anecdote to that. We could be the hands that put the fingers in the holes of the dam and try to support people, because we didn't have that support when we were younger. So this is essentially a vanity project. It's something I would have liked when I was young, when I was growing up. The support would have been greatly welcome. It's probably an actual example of true partnership working, because we all have to work hard, and this is definitely a bigger project than I think anyone thought it was at the start, although having walls has been quite the boon for us down here. It means we can actually be in here now. But in the next couple of years we hope to be thinking about occupying the space next door, which is formerly bins, the original bins in Sunderland, and that's when we think the project will really start to take focus for everyone else who hasn't been involved and going crazy with it for 3 years now.
We spend a lot of time with the community because it's really a community-based project. We want to know what kind of activity they want to happen in their area. And they said they wanted culture and arts activity. And they gave us the name of Pop Recs. So it was through community engagement that we were led to Pop Recs. And that's where that kind of partnership and relationship started. And so yeah, we don't know where it's going to end up, but we're just kind of working together to see whether we can create a financially viable project. And hopefully they'll be able to rent out rooms to artists and other creatives. And everyone will kind of gather in the coffee shop around that coffee machine. And all of them will have some economic activity, because the building's got to look after itself, it's got to make money. But it's got to be an enjoyable space and a space where the community wants to thrive and come.